I have been playing piano by ear for a very long time. I could read notes to some degree. My sight reading is very basic and slow, but my ear has developed to pick things out on the piano and figure them out in a way that's unique to me and the style that I prefer. So I just wanted to do a little introduction about if you're coming from a background that's completely relying on reading music and not improvising, and if you're coming from the classical background where you don't improvise and this is something that you're interested in, and maybe you sat at a piano and you started playing without reading the music for the first time and you're excited. Well, I'm so glad you're here. I've built a wonderful career on playing by ear and learning my own way and doing things the way I want and learning things I like. So after 2 decades of playing music, I want to share what I've learned. So this is quite a treat for me, and hopefully you could gain a couple things from it. So first, I'd like to start off by just kind of introducing you to, free play, not judging what you play, not judging what you hear. That's a lot of it, just allowing yourself to make mistakes and be okay with it. A lot of people are too hard on themselves. So the first thing is to just be forgiving when you play. So if I'm going to be playing something, I'm not judging my playing. I'm not trying to figure out what I'm doing. The analyzing comes later when you want to learn new things. So I think a basic first step would just be enjoying what you like, enjoying what you want to play, whether it's any style, anything that appeals to you. Allow yourself to have that creative control. Do what you want. So for me, it's playing my mood. What do I feel like playing? If you don't even know where to start, and I've heard some classical musicians don't even know, they were never taught on what major or minor is, how to create a certain sound. If that's all new to you, I'll start teaching you that, but let's just take a look at A minor. So what I'm doing there is I'm just allowing myself to create a feeling. That's it, just using wide keys. So I'm just mainly playing a low A in my left hand and just playing random notes. I could do this while talking, and enjoy the process. It has to be as effortless as this. And I'm enjoying it, right? See, when I started playing piano, I didn't know how to read notes. I only just knew how to fiddle around. Just aimless. My goal was just aimless fun. So in that sense, that allowed for discovery to happen. So when I did want to learn something, I wanted to really learn it. So that was my prime motivation. So as you can see with improvisation, the mind is not getting in the way. That's the important part. Now, if your mind does start chattering and telling you, oh, that's not a classical sound, that sounds too basic, one of the many things the mind could tell, that's negative. You need to take your hands off the piano. You need to reprogram the way you approach your instrument. So if you were quite disciplined in your classical studies and your practicing was rigid, I could see your mind yelling at you saying, this is not rigid at all. So my approach is quite fluid. I'm not pressuring myself to get a certain task done. This is exploring kind of like the inside of what you hear, if that makes sense. So be gentle when the mind kicks in and tells you this is not good sounding, or tells you should be playing something different. Just take your hands off the keyboard. This approach was really well taught by jazz pianist and educator Kenny Werner. He has a great book called Effortless Mastery. I read that book and it definitely changed the way I approach playing music. So check that out, Kenny Werner, Effortless Mastery. Some of these things I explain are in that book. So just getting used to the piano. This should be really easy. So pick a simple key like A minor. And if you don't know what A minor is, it's right here. All right, well, that's enough for today. Enjoy making music. No pressure.